Like, I swear to fucking God, man. Like, every time I come to these areas, like, I'm reminded that I started out as a nomad, then fucking became the street kid, and I'm still the street kid. Like, I don't know. No, let me explain. Like, it's up here, it's like a very posh part of Sweden. I am like in the total of Sweden, it's very posh. Like, right up there, you have here. You can't really see them, but there are lights up there which are really posh. And I had to like go into this parking spot to turn around the car and stuff. And I felt, you just feel like an imposter when you're here, like an actual imposter. So the reason I wanted to come here is because there are some cool ghost stories here, but they're very unique, the ghost stories about this area. Because up here, we're gonna go there soon, is an old palace or chateau. It is called a castle, Steninge slot. And slot means castle in Swedish. And I thought it was gonna be like pretty easy to find, but the whole GPS rig I had going for me just broke down completely. So that's not happening. And it's like really tricky to find the right turn. But anyway, point here being why I like that place is that it's old. Like, it's built in the 17th century, or for actual people who use this sort of age, sort of, how to say, the century system right, like us Europeans, 1640s is when it's built, this palace. But as you can see, people who live here have an amazing view. Creepy bridge, probably lives a troll under it. I hate trolls, they're fucking scary, man. And then we will go to the Steninge slot to see if we can find a ghost girlfriend. Like, I heard, like, listen, okay. I heard that there's a white lady in a white dress that haunts the place, and that's so cool to me. We need to check it out. But I wanted to go down here just to tell you guys some more. So we will walk over this bridge. As we start walking, I can tell you some more stories about this area. So anyone who has been to Sweden, or people who are from Sweden, knows about Arlanda, which is the biggest airport. Right next to Arlanda, you have two towns. One is an old town from the Viking era called Sigtuna, and it's probably one of the oldest settlements in Europe ever. Like, it's very old, so it's the Vikings built it. But some parts away, or some little distance away, there's a place called Märsta. And Märsta is, let's say, it's not like unsafe per se. There are like two places in Märsta that could be seen as unsafe. But I mean, if you don't mess with anyone, they leave you alone. Like, it's like that area, they sort of just target themselves. There was like oh my god, it was this car that went by. Then they were probably going to the airport and took the wrong turn, so they go by this bad area called Valsta. And as they go through Valsta, they get shot at by gangsters, because the gangsters thought that it was like one of the rivaling gangs. And then, the police went in and sorted out, because you know how it is, like, you can only shoot the gangsters, not the Swedish people, like the normal working Swedish people, I should say. But to be fair, gangsters are hardworking people too, so I mean, regardless. So we are closer to this area, although it's closer to Märsta than Sigtuna, like, good luck explaining that to them. People who live here, they will say, or people who live, like, you see how they live, like, right by the water. People who live there, they won't say they're from Märsta, they will say that they are from Sigtuna. And anyway, so there's this, so the like, how to say, what is that word? It's kommun in Swedish, but it's like municipality, I think it's called. And the municipality of Sigtuna is what it's called. These both towns lay in the same one. And Sigtuna, I mean, the reason they're still wealthy is of course because they have Arlanda right next to them. Like, that's where they get all their money. But all the working people usually live in Märsta, because Märsta is built like a, I tend to explain to people like a big college town. It's built for that. Like, you don't work in Märsta, you work in Arlanda. Some people might find that sad, but it's not really that sad. Like, it sounds like a dying town or something. It's not. It's like a thriving town. They're building houses and stuff all the time there. Regardless, Märsta is the thing is that Sigtuna is like southwest of Märsta, and this becomes important now because the thing is that that Sigtuna want to cut off Märsta from their municipality and build and like keep Sigtuna for themselves, or like, sorry, to keep the airport for themselves. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Well, the teenagers from Märsta, they go to these woods to party and stuff, and they are the ones whose stories I will be telling, because you find them on forums and stuff, like these ghost stories. They're very localized. And right here somewhere, I believe at least, let's see, if I was a teenager, yes, it's somewhere here I would go to drink, yes. But let's stop here for, I think, yeah, we can stop here for a while, it's fine. Point of all this being that I found it so interesting. One of the ghost stories was so cool. Like, he said that him and his friends had like been, give me 1 second. So one of the stories I heard was that they were chilling in probably somewhere in this general area, and what had happened was that they were like messing about, like edging each other on, and then they got this feeling of something being wrong, right? But then from Steninge slot, so from this general area out there, they start hearing church bells, and then like horses riding. So they, you know, ran away and stuff. And the reason why I tell this story is because I've never heard like people like, or I heard about it, but never heard a ghost story where like you hear the church bells. Because let me tell you, like, I would rather see like an actual eldritch monster creeping around than actually hearing church bells, because, you know, mythology and things like that, right? This is just before I get to why church bells are horrifying to hear, is that right here is a popular, like in summer, it's very popular, this place. As you can see, they have everything. The reason why church bells are very scary to hear, like where they shouldn't be heard, is because, I mean, you have all these legends about other worlds and stuff, like places right next to ours, right? And in Swedish culture, they're very important, or important in the sense that they explain our mythology in a very grandiose way, you know, like fairies and stuff. And to hear the church bells, yes, you should run, like, because listen, I have never seen a ghost, right? I don't really believe in them and stuff. Although it would, as I said, I mean, if we meet my ghost GF today, it's fine. But the point of all this is this, that hearing church bells, like, I don't want to be wrong, man. And then you hear all these people, you know, they claim to have seen things when on mushrooms. They also talk about hearing the church bells before, you know, entering this other state of being. And now imagine if you hear the church bells without having taken some kind of drug or something. Nah, man, nah. Over there, you see that part. That is the one of the parts of Steninge slot, one of the oldest ones they have restored. And there's a huge park there too. I'm just... No, I will try... What I will do, right, is that I will try to go the right way this time. Because I think I know how to get there. But if I go the wrong way, then like, nah. I will just come here another day and put it on this video. So either see you there or see you next day. There, finally found the parking. Just took me 2 months, but as you can see, there's no difference. So all of this, right? I will just look at this. It wasn't here before, but I haven't been here in like a couple of years, but... And let's see, you see this, I don't know, what is this? Who lives here? Because I said this isn't far from the bad place in Nashton, but to really sell it in, I mean, this is some evil stuff. This is like Wario getting away with having a sidekick named Waluigi. Like, this is the same. Anyway, I'm here. The place we're going to is down there. But as you can see, they're building here. I'm just gonna show exactly here. This, when during December, November, they have a Christmas market here. But we are going not up here, because when I was here last time, like 2 years ago, there was nothing there. I just think it was a big field. But we're going down there. Let me just sort something out. Here they are again, reminding us what we really are. Anyway, let's continue. I don't really remember if people live here or not, but here's the thing. Rich people and gangsters. Like the really, really bad gangsters. Or I guess, you get what I mean. They're all the same. They hate when people come filming close to where they live. Like, I mean, obviously, let me explain. I mean, obviously, like where their operations are, that's more what I meant. It's like a horseshoe thing, right? Both of them hate it. So we'll see if people get annoyed with me. Oh no, wait. The way is shut. I should have checked this, but it opens at 12. But as you can see, it's I know a way around, like not trespassing, because I don't even want to know what fines posh people will give me. But if we go down there, we can get a view of it. But there you can see the castle. Give me like 2 seconds. I need to sort this out with my gloves. It's freezing. There we are. So everything is locked because they don't open until 12. And sure, I could come back at 12, and maybe I will at some other time, but this whole area will be crawling with tourists because it's Easter when I am shooting this. So maybe I will. But right there you see it. This is like the main building. No, sorry, this is not the main building. The main building is... It's up this. But as I was saying, no, this is the main building. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. But this works because the story I'm gonna tell takes place in this field actually. Because you see here, this dense area, right? So imagine during summer it's completely green and hidden, right? And all around us there are, you know, posh areas, right, where people live and stuff. So here's the thing: the stories and ghost stories I've heard about this place, right, is about the white lady as normal. I actually asked Skynet, I mean ChatGPT, about it. Why, there's always a white lady, and he didn't really. She, I don't fucking know. Didn't really know why there was always a white lady. But yeah, there, as you can see, they're keeping my ghost girlfriend behind locked bars, so we can't get to her, sadly. But this is a story I wanted to tell because it was right here, right, that these kids or youths of Mashta, they would go here and party, right, or everyone does in these bushes here, right. You can see it's pretty secluded. And down here, no one really lives here. I guess it's a watchkeeper somewhere, but I mean, pretty isolated. And the thing about this, and I also asked Skynet again, like, if there was any, church bells at this castle, and he said no, that there are no church bells at all. So the thing is that they were sitting here and drinking, right? And then first they start hearing church bells, and then they start hearing horses and the beat of their feet, or hooves rather, and then they ran. But I don't know, that the thing why I find that story so creepy in particular, right, and maybe you don't, maybe you're like, oh no, this is so underwhelming. To me it's not. I mean, to hear church bells where you shouldn't hear church bells is it's scary, like, to be, although like I'm Christian and stuff, like just hearing them where you shouldn't, right? And these bells, right, they are always associated with, that you hear it before taking a dip into another world, right? I'm pretty sure that idea is where Stephen King got the inspiration for, is it called Going to Dash? I don't really remember. I had to double check. But in his Dark Tower epic, every time they go to another world or switch worlds, they hear this chime of church bells. It seems very, clear that that's what it has to do with, or like at least idea. Sorry. And right here is probably where you also can go partying, because at that house, like, who's gonna bother you? No one. So yeah, I'll see if I go back in, but no, I'm not going back, because one, that place would be filled with tourists, probably Germans, being cringe. Just to give you some context how cringe German tourists are, the place I am originally from has a microeconomy selling bare fecal matter that these Germans buy. Also, several Germans die from bears in Sweden, allegedly. 2. Posh people, for some strange reason, take offense to me as they get confused by my appearance. Stylish, yet artist. The thing is, like, it's so weird trying to find ghost stories about that place, because it's just, they say, oh yeah, there's ghost stories there, and then you can't find anything online or anything. But all I've heard is that it's a former cleaning lady or warden lady who haunts the place, but that to me isn't as scary as the church bells, man. That's the scary shit, right? Because I don't know, like, just the idea that you can just take a wrong step and end up in another world is terrifying. And especially, like, around the area we are now is like where the Vikings, it was a big Viking town, see, like one of the first settlements in Scandinavia, or like known settlements in Scandinavia, was here, very close to where we are now. And they believed in all these goddesses and gods one of them named Freya, who lived in this big meadow. And then you have all the talks about fairies and stuff, right? But that's for another video. Right now I want to go get some warmth in me. I will see, as I said, if I go back to film interior in there. Maybe I should, but man, you have no idea how cold it is right now. I just want to go, man. I just want to go. But in case I don't see you and all that, thanks for listening.